Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glendale Park for the first round of the MIAA 2021 state tournament between the 20 seed Concord-Carlisle Patriots and the 13 seed, the home team, the Everett Crimson Tide. This is a big matchup. These two teams met some time ago. It was 2014, so there is some history between these two teams. Back in 2014, it was Concord-Carlisle, who was one of the top seeds in the tournament. Everett was on the road, and the Tide lost. I believe it was a 2-1 game, might have been 3-2, but the Tide lost a narrow one-run game, and it was a great game. I remember that. Now again, that's a little bit of history on this series, because that's 2014, so there's really no correlation to today's game. So let's bring you up on what's happening today. So the Crimson Tide come into this one, albeit in the shortened season here, but they're 5-3, earning them the home game. And they are taking on Concord-Carlisle, who comes in at 7-9. But don't let that record deceive you. They play in a very strong league, the Dual County League, and they usually make runs in this tournament. So this is going to be, I believe, a very even matchup, a good matchup. The Tide, while they have the home field advantage, it really stops about there. Otherwise, they're going to have to play good softball today to move on. They did finish the season on quite the momentous swing. They had a big win over at Lynn Classical just the other day, taking a 3-1 victory against the Rams, who had a great season themselves. And the Rams are hosting North Andover today, so that was a good barometer for the Tide. So they're definitely coming into this one playing their best softball, and they'll need to continue that against a very good Concord-Carlisle team. I'm Josh Delgazo, joined by my cameraman Joe Camley, and we are bringing you the action on EHS TV 15. Looking forward to it. So, of course, the Crimson Tide, the home team, they'll be in the field first. They'll be led by their junior pitcher, number 9, Celeste Fuchillo. And Fuchillo was outstanding in the Crimson Tide's win against Lynn Classical the other day. She dominated, she went the distance, and she was one of the main reasons why the Tide were able to get that win. So here we go. We are starting it off. Leading off for the Concord-Carlisle Patriots, it's first baseman, number 13, Brooke Boyle. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. Ball 2. And that's in there for strike 1. 2-1 count to Boyle. Just a bit high for ball 3. That's going to push the count to 3-1. That catches the outside corner for strike 2, and that's going to push the count full. Here to our leadoff batter, Brooke Boyle. Celeste Fuchillo on the mound for the Tide, ready to deliver the full count. And that's foul out of play. And an early souvenir into the crowd. So that'll keep this at bat going. We're full count. And we're back, foul ball. So Brooke Boyle battling at the plate right now. The count is full. And Fuchillo is battling as well. And that is foul, just out of play. That was just out of the reach of first baseman for the Tide, number 6, Brianna Mason. That was the third foul in a row off this full count. So here we go, staying full. And again, the battle continues. Boyle really tough at the plate right now. And coming up, this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And that's hit hard in the ground over to shortstop Maddie Smith, and she fires over to first. And 1 out. Nice job by Maddie Smith, who's very solid at that shortstop position. She delivers a strike over to Brianna Mason for the first out here in the top of the first inning. Now batting for the Patriots, number 22 center fielder Sammy LaCourcia. And Sammy hits it up the middle. That's a base hit for LaCourcia, as she's wasted no time on the first pitch. Quickly gets back to first on the wide turn, but she's in safely. So LaCourcia, nice piece of hitting up the middle, and our first hit of the game, our second batter. So 1 out for Fuchillo in the Crimson Tide defense. And now batting the number 3 hitter, catcher Emma Yonis. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. That's in there for strike 1 rather. My correction. Nice pitch by Fuchillo. 1-1. Nice pitch right there for strike 2. That'll even the count, 2-2. This is the catcher, Emma. LaCourcia at first. And that's fouled out of play. So we'll stay at 2-2. That's just outside, so back to a full count. Three and 2, 1 out. Here's the delivery by Fuchillo. And that's high for ball 4. It's going to put runners at first and second with 1 out, and it's the cleanup hitter, shortstop Nicole Seeley. Seeley, one of the captains for the Patriots, left-hander. And we have a pinch runner, number 20, Dallas Jackson, checks into the game, and she'll be running at first base. So 1 out for the Crimson Tide. So here's the delivery to Seeley. That's low in the ground. Nice stop by the catcher. That's ball 2. And the catcher for the Crimson Tide, number 7, Emma Longmore. And that's on the corner for strike 1. 2-1 count to Seeley. 1 out. Runners at first and second. This is the top of the first inning. First round action here in the MIAA State Tournament, Division I North. And that's high for ball 3. 3-1 count. And ball 4, that will load the bases. So the Crimson Tide in a tough spot here in the top of the first. 1 out, bases are loaded. And they will take a small little conference at the mound. The infield meets together to discuss strategy here. Ideally, they'd love to get a ball on the ground, try to make a quick double play, but again, that's the ideal situation. So it's a 0-0 game here in the top of the first, but the Concord-Carlisle Patriots are threatening. They have the bases loaded with 1 out, and it's their number 5 hitter, their pitcher, Maddie Gambino. And there's a first pitch strike by Fuchillo. Nice job by Celeste getting ahead in the count. And that's hitting the ground, but it's out of the diving grasp of Maddie Smith. Sarah Dumang fields it, throws it into Ashley Fitzgerald, but 1 run scores. So held to a single, but the bases remain loaded, and the Patriots are up 1-0 here in the top of the first. And here's a familiar face and name to the Everett Crimson Tide community. This is number 23, Arielle Charles, who went to Everett her freshman and sophomore year. She starred in basketball and softball. She has taken her talents to Concord-Carlisle, and what an addition she has been. Great kid. Nice to see Arielle back. Now a junior. So this is at the plate. This is third baseman Arielle Charles. And she has quite an opportunity for herself and her Patriots right now with the bases loaded. And the road team quickly off to a 1-0 start. So 1 out. And strike 1. Nice pitch by Fuchillo. Ooh, and that's hit in the air. And that's going to drop in just over the second baseman. But O'Terry with a nice throw to home. But just out of the reach. And actually, my correction earlier, normally playing third base is Kaylie Rossi, but it's Kaylie Rossi who is doing the catching for the Crimson Tide. Emma Longmore is playing third base, replacing Rossi over there. And Rossi is replacing Michaela Bessler at catcher. So 2-0 Concord-Carlisle. Actually, correction, 2 runs scored on that, so it's 3-0 Concord-Carlisle. My mistake. Runners at second and third. And we still have 1 out here in the top of the first. At the plate, this is second baseman number 2, Phoebe Rogers. That's in there for a strike. Foul ball. And that's hit high in the air. Camping under it is Ashley Fitzgerald, and she records the second out of the inning. So 2 outs here in the top of the first. And now at the plate, right fielder number 10, Chinny Tebow. So 2 outs for the Crimson Tide. Runners at second and third. And it's 3-0 Concord-Carlisle here in the top of the first. And that's hitting the ground over to second base, fielded cleanly by Ashley Fitzgerald, and that will retire the side for the Crimson Tide, but not before some damage done by Concord-Carlisle. After 1/2 of inning of play, it's the Patriots up 3-0. Bottom of the first inning, and leading off for the Crimson Tide will be number 22, catcher Kaylie Rossi. And ball 1. And the pitcher for the Patriots of Concord-Carlisle, number 12, Maddie Gambino. And that catches the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 1-1's the count. And that's low. That's ball 3, so 3-1. And a free pass has been issued to Kaylie Rossi. Nice job by Rossi working the count. Exactly what you want out of your leadoff hitter. So the Tide with a runner on first. And now batting, it's center fielder Haley O'Terry, who made a really nice play defensively in her throw home. Almost had the runner, but it was a nice job by O'Terry. She came sprinting in from her center field position to get the base hit from Charles. And O'Terry, who's known for her slap hitting and does so perfectly. Executed to perfection. Nice job by O'Terry dropping down the slap base hit single. And now the Tide with runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And your number 3 hitter, second baseman, number 5, Ashley Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald recorded the final 2 outs in the top of the first after a pop-up catch and a nice play at second base. She fouls off the first one. And Fitzgerald had the big hit in their win against Lynn Classical the other day. She hit a rope up the middle that drove in the lead run, thus giving the Tide the big win. And that win helped them land this home game here. And it's Fitzgerald again. Nice piece of hitting over to the shortstop. And nice throw. Nicole Seeley. Nice job by Seeley. That ball was hit hard on the ground. Seeley didn't have much time as Fitzgerald runs well, but Seeley with an absolute dart over to first base, getting the out. Runners do advance, so 1 out in the inning. And it's Maddie Smith for the Crimson Tide, the shortstop, now stepping up to the plate. Runners at second and third, so a big opportunity for the shortstop here to get the Tide on the board. And that's a drive down left field. Is it going to stay fair? And that is foul. Nice job by Smith putting a charge into that one, just foul. Smith also did some damage in the Lynn Classical game. She had a big hit of her own, a lot of power, and she is outstanding at shortstop. Catches the bottom half of the zone, so 0-2 is the count to Smith. Nice pitch by Gambino. And this is a big spot for Gambino to try to get this out. Tide threatening right now. that catches the corner for strike 3 looking. And that was the pitch Concord-Carlisle needed. Gambino got it. So 2 outs now in the inning. Runners still at second and third. And it's the Crimson Tide pitcher trying to help her own cause, number 9, Celeste Fuchillo. Gambino catches the corner for strike 1. That's fouled straight up in the air, just out of play. Emma, the catcher, was looking to nab that one, but it just ran out of real estate for her. So 0-2. Celeste Fuchillo is the batter. 2 outs in the inning, and that's low for ball 1. And that's ball. But Kaylie Rossi stays put. It didn't really get much of a kick, so that was the right call. Coach Stacy Pochavo right there to keep her runner at bay. That was the right call. 2-2 is the count to Fuchillo. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And that's inside. That's going to run the count full. So a big pitch coming up. And the walk has been issued, so Fuchillo, working the at-bat nicely, heads over to first base, and the bases are loaded. And now it's number 2, Christy Skane, stepping up to the plate. A big spot upcoming for Skane. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Crimson Tide down 3-0, and the bases are loaded. Nice first pitch delivered by Gambino for strike 1. That's low for ball 1. 1-1 the count. And that's high for ball 2. 2-1. Nice swing by Skane. She does miss it, but it was a good cut. Nice pitch by Gambino. The count will be 2-2. That's low in the dirt. But again, not a deep backstop back there. So if you're going to try to take off for home, you have to be sure you have it. Otherwise, it's just not worth it to run into that out potentially. The count is full. Big spot right here for Skane. Oh, nice job. That was the off-speed pitch, but Skane does a nice job hanging with it, following it back to the screen, staying alive. That was a good pitch. Nice job by Christie, battling at the plate. And that's low. Nice job by Skane, getting the walk. That's going to score a run. That was a great at-bat. I'm telling you, she had to fight that. Second to the last pitch was a really nice off-speed pitch. She stayed with it, keeping herself alive. Now she gets the free pass. Kaylie Rossi scores, coming in from third base. So now the Tide trimming the deficit to 2. They're down 3-1. And now stepping up to the plate, that's third baseman number 7, Emma Longmore. And that's in there for strike one. Strike two. So Gambino ahead, 0-2. Two outs, bases loaded, 0-2. And Longmore with the hit to center field. Nice leather right there, nice catch. Center fielder right there was Sammy LaCourcia. And if that went over her head, Longmore would still be running, but nice job by LaCourcia ending the inning. And the Patriots escape, holding on to a 3-1 lead, and that will end the bottom of the first. Top of the second inning is here and ready to begin, and it's top of the order for the Patriots. And that was caught right there by Fitzgerald, fielding the soft line out. Correction, it wasn't top of the order. That was the designated hitter, number 7, Nyla Horn. Now it's the top of the order. This is number 13, Brooke Boyle. So nice job by Fuchillo, earning the out on first pitch, and nice job by Fitzgerald. That's high for ball one. And that's a drive out to right field. Skane camps under it, can't get to it. O'Terry backs it up, throws it into second. O'Terry with a nice throw, but sliding in safely is Brooke Boyle. Nice hit by Boyle. Nice job again by O'Terry firing that in. Smith applied the tag, but O'Terry gets in safely, and a big double for the Patriots with one out. And now it brings up center fielder Sammy LaCourcia, who ended last inning with quite the catch and keeping the Patriots in the lead, because if that fell, the Tide would probably be up right now. So again, nice job by LaCourcia in the field, and now she'll try it at the plate. And LaCourcia had a hit in her first at bat. Nice pitch by Fuchillo in there on the corner for the strike. And that's hitting the ground over to second base. Fitzgerald bobbles it, throws it over to first. Nice job by Fitzgerald. Great job by Ashley. After fumbling the initial receive, she threw a strike over to first, just punching out LaCourcia. Nice job by the senior Fitzgerald staying with it. So 2 outs now in the inning. Brooke Boyle advances to third, and now it is number 18. It's the catcher, Emma Yonis. My apologies if I'm not pronouncing the last name right. Emma, the catcher, puts a drive into this one. Emma could still be running. She hits a drive into the gap, and that is going to definitely have her heading home. There's the relay. Fitzgerald throws it home, but it is Emma, the catcher, with a line drive home run. She went into the power alley, and that was a big 2-run shot for the Patriots, and they're now up 5-1. That was a good piece of hitting right there. Now the Crimson Tide taking a little timeout in the mound, just trying to settle things down. Fuchillo's doing a really nice job. I mean, it's just nothing you can do right there. It's a good piece of hitting. You hit it into the gap like that. There's pretty much, there's no fence out here. So when you find the right spot of the field and you have some speed in the base paths, that's what happens. But Fuchillo doing a solid job. So let's see if she can settle down now. Up to the plate, shortstop, number 8, Nicole Seeley. Seeley's had a solid game. She made some really good plays in the field. And that's ball 2. 2-0. And that's in there for strike one. And that's hitting the ground over to second base. Nice job by Fitzgerald. That's the third out of the inning. But it's the Concord-Carlisle Patriots on the bat of catcher Emma Yonis with a 2-run home run. Concord-Carlisle up 5-1. Now batting for the Crimson Tide, senior number 1, Sarah Dumang. This is the bottom of the second inning. The Crimson Tide are down 5-1. And check swing is going to fall just in front of the shortstop. See how he throws it in wildly to first. Dumang got herself caught in a pickle. And they're going to get her out in the rundown. So the error initially on the throw, but they caught Dumang as she made the wide turn. They caught her in a bit of no man's land, and the Patriots executed the throwing rundown pretty good. So that will get the first out in the inning. And now at the plate, freshman first baseman number 6, Brianna Mason. So now Mason at the plate, looking to get something going for the Crimson Tide offense. That's in there on the corner for a strike. And that's low, ball 1. So 1-2 count to Mason. And that's in the dirt again for ball 2, evening the count. And that catches the corner. So my mistake, I often get the count wrong sometimes. So that was, now it's 2-2. That's ball 4. So I'm just going to jump ahead a pitch. It's tough without the scoreboard, you know. I'm doing the best I can. If I don't get if I don't get that really spelled out strike, sometimes I'm left guessing. But Mason gets the free pass on the walk, so she's on first, and it's leadoff hitter, your catcher for today, number 22, Kaylie Rossi. And Rossi scored the Crimson Tide's only run so far. So that's ball 1. And that's just a little too inside, so that is ball 2. So Rossi with the hitter's count. She's ahead 2-0. And that catches the bottom half of the zone. Might have been maybe a balance call. The previous pitch looked like it caught the corner. That one appeared a little low, but nonetheless, 2-1, and now it's 3-1 after that pitch was inside. So 3-1 count over to Rossi. And Rossi now with an opportunity. Try to square up on one if it's in the wheelhouse. Otherwise, take the free pass, and that is what happened. So back-to-back walks now for the Crimson Tide with 1 out here in this inning. And now it's center fielder, senior Haley O'Terry. And O'Terry with her patented slap hit. That goes foul. O'Terry puts it in the air. That's going to drop in, and that's going to work out just beautifully. O'Terry, nice job. Put that airborne, usually not the way you draw it up, but gravity worked in her favor, drops it in. And O'Terry, with a smile for the camera, gets the bases loaded, 1 out. In a big spot right now for their senior slugger, number 5, Ashley Fitzgerald. So it's a big spot right now. A lot of softball left in this one. Tied, 1 out. Bases loaded. They're down 5-1. This is one way you can get some runs back. Let's see if Fitzgerald can square up on one. And that's high for ball 1. And Fitzgerald gets that off the end of the bat. And that is fielded by the first baseman, Brooke Boyle. So now 2 outs, and it's shortstop, number 11, Maddie Smith. And Smith a little out in front of that one. Strike 1. This is the bottom of the second inning. Crimson Tide down 5-1, 2 outs, bases loaded. 0-1. Oh, that's a drive by Smith, but what a catch by Nicole Seeley, who continues to just play great defense over at the shortstop position. Nothing you can do. Maddie Smith hit that right on the button, but it finds the glove of Seeley, and that will retire the side for the Patriots. They get out of the jam, and after 2 innings of play, Concord-Carlisle, they're up 5-1. We are now in the top of the 3rd inning. Concord-Carlisle on top 5-1. It's their pitcher, Maddie Gambino, who's done a great job on the mound, looking to help her own cause as she leads off the top of the 3rd. That was blocked in the dirt. It bounced back fair, but that was a ball. There was no contact there, so ball 1. And that's in the dirt again for ball 2. Three and 0. And Gambino hits a drive out to right field. That's deep into the baseball diamond. And Gambino, she's going to round that. And she's going to stop at 3rd. Nope. She continues on, and she is going to trot home safely. And the pitcher, Maddie Gambino, helping her own cause with the solo home run. And the Patriots are now up 6-1, and that was a well-hit ball. That was deep. She hit that into the infield of the baseball diamond, so that's a well-hit ball. Great hustle by Ashley Fitzgerald on the relay, and also Christy Skane tracking it down. But a good charge put into that ball. And now it's number 23, Arielle Charles, the 3rd baseman, now up to the plate. And Charles hits it over to 3rd. Longmore steps into it, and Mason unable to corral it in. Charles will reach on the error. Now batting second baseman, number 2, Phoebe Rogers. No outs here. And that is fouled off to the backstop. So no outs here in the top of the third inning. Arielle Charles is on first base, and Phoebe Rogers is at the plate. Concord-Carlisle on top 6-1. Catches the corner for the strike. And that's hit, skied in the air. Christy Skane comes charging in, unable to handle it. O'Terry gets it up quick. Oh, nice job by Haley O'Terry on the backup. She's able to throw over to second to get Charles on the force play. So the Tide able to make up for that right there. So nice job by the Tide staying with it, grabbing the first out here in the top of the third inning. And now at bat, right fielder number 10, Chenny Tebow. Tebow follows it back to the screen, strike one. Ball one, 1-1. And that is hit off the end of the bat. Oh, nice job by Fitzgerald. The backhand flip to second. Maddie Smith there covering. So they get the force play. So 2 outs now in the inning. And now batting is number 7, the designated hitter, Nyla Horn. Nice job by Fuchillo, first pitch strike. And ground ball. Maddie Smith backs it up. And Horn will reach first safely. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. And Concord-Carlisle is back to the top of the order. It's number 13, Brooke Boyle. And that's inside for the ball. Ball 2. Nice pitch right there by Fuchillo. Strike 1, 2-1. That's in there for strike 2. That'll even the count at 2-2 with 2 outs here. Top of the third inning. Runners at first and second. And Fuchillo goes to the off-speed pitch, getting the strikeout, and that'll retire the side for the Crimson Tide. Maddie Gambino gets another one across with a solo home run. And Concord-Carlisle is ahead in this one, 6-1. And that's Celeste Fuchillo fouling it off behind the screen. All right, Fuchillo at the plate. I was having some fun with a dog in the background. I thought we were going to get a quick hit from our on-field reporter, Spike. I don't know if his name's Spike. You know, just go with the old dog name, but nice dog. He's cool. He's having some fun. Foul ball coming our way. That's strike 2. That's in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Crimson Tide pitcher, Celeste Fuchillo. Fuchillo hits it on the ground over to second base. That's bobbled for a moment, but quickly thrown over. Phoebe Rogers stays with it, throws it over to first. And that is the first out of the inning. Nice job there by assistant coach Nigro, just giving some words of encouragement to Fuchillo, keeping her head up. And Fuchillo's doing a really nice job. She's battling out there. She's doing a great job pitching. There's been some tough breaks, but she's doing a good job. Crimson Tide are playing tough right now. So this is Christy Skane. That's inside for ball 1. Skane had a really good at bat getting a walk earlier, and she really battled during that at bat. And it actually scored the Crimson Tide run. So nice job by Skane. That's fouled out of play. So 1-1 is the count. That's just outside. Skane hits it over to third, and that is fair ball. Skane takes the wide turn, but the Patriots get it in quickly. But a nice base hit by Christy Skane right down the third base line, threading the needle on the fair side. And now stepping up to the plate. That is third baseman, number 7, Emma Longmore. So a nice job from Skane, nice piece of hitting. So 1 out in the inning, runner on first. And squaring around a bunt, but Longmore pulls it back. Emma thought about throwing it over to first. Gets it back to the pitcher. And again, Longmore squares around a bunt, actually gets down a nice bunt. Fielded by Gambino. She throws over to first to record the out, but Longmore does her job. She advances Skane over to second base. 2 outs now in the inning. And now it's Sarah Dumang stepping up to the plate. Dumang was caught in that rundown on her first at bat after putting the ball in play. Dumang has a runner on second with 2 outs. Skane will be running on contact. Let's see if Dumang can get a base hit and possibly score a run. That's low in the dirt for ball 1. And that was just fouled off. Dumang staying alive with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Crimson Tide down 6-1. Runner at second. And Dumang, strike 2. Dumang gets a nice piece of it over to second base, but Rogers throws over to first, and the Patriots get out of it. And Concord-Carlisle in control. They're ahead 6-1. We are in the top of the fourth inning. Concord-Carlisle in command, up 6-1. And now batting, number 22, center fielder Sammy LaCourcia. And Fuchillo delivers the first pitch strike. Low. And we have Ashley Fitzgerald. Nice job by Fitzgerald. Over the shoulder catch, the senior. Now batting, it's the catcher who hit a home run in her last at bat, Emma. Line drive in the gap. It just kept going. It was a 2-run home run. Busted this game open 5-1, and then Gambino added the solo shot to make it 6-1. That's in the dirt. 2-2. And nice pitch by Fuchillo, the off-speed pitch. Gets the strikeout. That's 2 outs in the inning. And now it's shortstop Nicole Seeley. Good job by Fuchillo, staying ahead in the count. Catches the inside corner. Ball 1, 1-1. Strike 2. Thought we had a souvenir coming this way. It was similar play the other day, Joe. And Fuchillo, very strong inning, gets the strikeout. 1-2-3 for the Tide. They needed that one. Top of the fourth inning is now in the books. We'll be back at the bottom of the fourth in the Crimson Tide bats. And it's Brianna Mason at the plate, first baseman. And she hits ground ball. And it gets past the first baseman, deep in the hole. Nice job by Mason with the leadoff single. Kaylie Rossi now at bat. That's high for ball one. This is the bottom of the fourth inning. Crimson Tide down 6-1. Brianna Mason on first base after her leadoff single. And Mason's going to take off for second on the wild pitch, so Mason gets into second. So Rossi now with a runner in scoring position. And Rossi is the leadoff hitter, so top of the order now for the Crimson Tide. This is a key spot for them to try to get some runs back. And Rossi walks. So the Tide with a solid start to this inning. And now it's Haley O'Teary. She is the slap hitting specialist. And she has great speed, and she's halfway up the baseline when she makes contact. So this is her forte, to have runners on right now, try to extend them over. And again, right on cue, O'Teary. Nice job by Gambino firing over to first to take what was the sure out, but runners do advance. So again, O'Teary does her job. Runners now in scoring position at second and third. And now up to the plate, Ashley Fitzgerald. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. And that's in there for strike one. And that's in the dirt. Mason's heading home. And Mason's going to slide in safely. Aggressive base running from Brianna Mason, but she gets in there under the tag of Gambino. And the Tide with their second run now close the gap to 4. It's 6-2 Concord-Carlisle. Rossi advances to third. One out in the inning. Fitzgerald hits it into the ground. Rossi's going to come in from third. Sealy gets the out, but the run does score. Nice job by Fitzgerald. Tide now cut the deficit in half. It's 6-3. 2 outs now in the inning. And it's Maddie Smith up to the plate. Ball one. Strike one. 1-1. Just outside. Ball two. Two and one. Maddie Smith. That's in the dirt for ball three. And Smith will take the free pass over to first. And now it's Celeste Fuchillo up to the plate with 2 outs, and the Tide down by 3. Smith takes a hard jump off of first. Looked like she was going to take off her second, but quickly got back to first. Let's see if they do try to send Smith here. Nope. Again, the pump fake, but stays put. And that's hitting the ground. Backhand by Gambino, throws over to first, and the Patriots are out of the inning. But the Crimson Tide get 2 runs back. And after 4 innings of play, Concord-Carlisle still on top, 6-3. All right, it's the pitcher, Maddie Gambino. It's the top of the 5th inning. Crimson Tide getting a couple back there, cutting the deficit in half. They're down 6-3. And that's hitting the ground over to second base. Fitzgerald Fields throws over to first. And there's your first out here in the top of the 5th. It was Gambino in her previous at-bat with a monster shot for the home run down to right field. But right there, that was hitting the ground pretty sharp, but nice job by Fitzgerald fielding it cleanly. And nice job by, again, Celeste Fuchillo has really done a great job battling all game. She has settled down, really finding her rhythm as this game goes into the later stages. Wow, Arielle Charles hits a moonshot to center field, but O'Terry camps under it in the right position. And there's 2 quick outs. Nice job by the senior. O'Terry really solid all around. Great two-way player. Excellent at the plate and really gets to every ball she can. She's got a lot of speed. Very impressed with the senior. So now it's second baseman Phoebe Rogers, and that's strike 1. So Fuchillo really getting ahead now as she just continues to fire strikes. Nice job by the junior. And that's hit, skied in the air. Maddie Smith calls it. And there's out number 3, so a quick 1-2-3 inning. That's exactly what the Crimson Tide needed. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Concord-Carlisle, they're on top, 6-3. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's number 2, Christy Skane. She's had a really good day at the plate today for the Crimson Tide. They're down 6-3. They've mounted a little bit of a comeback here as this game has waned on. Maddie Gambino continues to wheel and deal for the Patriots. And that's a nice pitch right there. Good cut by Skane. That's outside. That's down low. That's in there for strike 2. And strike 3. Looks like an off-speed pitch. It was a nice pitch by Gambino, and that's the first out of the inning. Now it is third baseman, number 7, Emma Longmore. That's up high for ball 1. Left upstairs again for ball 2. So Longmore ahead in the count, 2-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Good swing by Longmore, but a better pitch by Gambino. 2-1. And that is strike 2. The count is 2-2. 1 out. Nice job by Longmore, battling there to stay alive. Fouls it back out of play. Ooh, nice drive by Longmore, and that goes over the center fielder's head. Longmore is going to get on the wheels for this one. She gets around second. Actually, she's going to take off after the errant throw on the relay. Longmore slides in. She's in. And the Crimson Tide have cut it to 2. Emma Longmore. So 6-4, tied down by 2 after the shot by Emma Longmore. Patriots did a great job getting the relay throw in, but at the last second, it kind of dribbled in. Longmore read it. She took off for home. She's in safely. So now the Tide down by 2. This is Sarah Dumang. Dumang hits it on the ground. And Seeley's going to throw it. Oh, what a play by the first baseman, Brooke Boyle. That was a great play. I mean, she dug that right out of the ground. So nice job by Boyle and the Patriots, recording out number 2. Great hustle by Dumang, but a better play by Concord-Carlisle. So now it's Brianna Mason, the freshman. She has a base hit already to her name, and she's up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 1. Foul ball off the screen. So 0-2, the count to Mason. 2 outs. And that just misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's in the dirt for ball 2. That'll even the count. And that misses inside. So now the count will run full with 2 outs. And ball 4. Mason will head to first. And now batting, it's the top of the Crimson Tide order. Catcher number 22, Kaylie Rossi. So tying run is at the plate. And it's the sophomore Rossi. And Rossi hits it, oh, right over the shortstop. That is high. That was right in our living room. Next time I'll give my camera guy a glove. He might have had that play. So the Tide benefiting there on the errant throw. So now we have runners at second and third with 2 outs. So the tying run is at second base. So it's a big opportunity for the Crimson Tide. And it's going to be senior Haley O'Terry, the number 2 hitter. Again, she's a slap hitting specialist. Let's see if they continue to go that route or if she just swings away. But again, key spot for O'Terry with the tying run at second. This is the bottom of the 5th inning. Timeout taken by the Patriots as they discuss strategy. So we're back after the timeout. Haley O'Terry at the plate. Crimson Tide down by 2. Brianna Mason's at third. Kaylie Rossi's at second. She lays it down. And she's going to get in there. And Mason scores, albeit in one of the most bizarre varieties I've seen. Not sure if Mason thought the play was dead, but she did score. Made it a little closer than it should have been. What a job by O'Terry, though. Lays down the bunt. Continues to just play suit to her strength. And, wow, she's got speed. She put it in the perfect spot, legs it out. So now the Crimson Tide down by 1 run. If you thought this thing was over, we got a lot of game left. So now Rossi's at third base. Runners at the corners. We have some discussion here with the umpires. Okay, so looked like there was an appeal if the runner missed the bag, but the appeal was denied. The runner was ruled safe. So the Crimson Tide down by 1, making a comeback here. And the tying run is just 45 feet away, or 60 feet away. I don't know. In Major Leagues, it would be 90 feet. I'm trying to do quick math, guys. I think it's 60 feet, but either way, it's close. That ball is hit. It's going to drop in. And wow, what a spot. And the Tide have tied it up. This thing is tied up at 6. The backspin on that one, Ashley Fitzgerald, like a pool shot. She put a little backspin on the cue ball. That thing stuck the ground. Wow, what a game we have here. How's this for your first round tournament action? Isn't this great to have this back? Last year at this time, there were no spring sports. COVID canceled everything. We're back. This is the first state tournament by the MIAA issued for this year, and we have opened up a great one here at Glendale Park. That was an interesting strike. All right, who am I? I'm over here, so strike 1. And back-to-back off-speed pitches, so Gambino pulling the string on the last 2. So now 0-2 to Maddie Smith, who is one of the Crimson Tide top hitters. Smith can get a hold of one. Let's see if she can dial one in. And coming back to the heat is Gambino, and that had some velocity on it. So 1-2. So we are tied here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that hit the ground. Smith will run it out, but the throw is made and the side is retired. So the Patriots get out of it, but not before the Crimson Tide have knotted this one up at 6. And that's where we are after 5 innings of play. You don't want to go anywhere, folks. We are now in the top of the 6th inning, and what a game we have here. Tied up at 6. And it's number 10, Chenny Tebow, up to plate for the Patriots. And Fuchillo, who has really gotten stronger as this game has gone on, fires a first pitch strike. Nice hustle by Mason. So 2 strikes to Tebow. And that's hit hard over to second base, but Fitzgerald, nice job by Ashley, fielding that cleanly, throwing over to first. That was hard hit on the ground, but right to Fitzgerald, and she's been solid over at second. The Crimson Tide's middle infield's really good between Fitzgerald and Smith. They really hold down the middle very well. And then Longmore and Mason anchor the corner, so a very solid infield for the Crimson Tide. And again, right back to Fitzgerald. She's been busy all afternoon long, and she continues with it. And Fuchillo just continues to wheel and deal from the bump, doing a great job throwing first pitch strikes. So quick 2 outs now here in the top of the 6th inning. Now at the plate, this is the top of the Concord-Carlisle order. This is first baseman Brooke Boyle. She has one of the top defensive plays here today when she made a play in the dirt on a throw over to first base. It's a great play. So 2 outs. And that's hit off the end of her bat. Maddie Smith fields it. Tough break right there, just out of the glove of Mason, but nonetheless, the Tide still in control here. 2 outs. Sammy LaCourcia now batting. Nice first pitch strike. Again, Fuchillo really doing a great job. She has been owning the beginning of the strike zone, delivering first pitch strike after first pitch strike. That's the recipe for success. And then she goes to the off speed, pulls the string beautifully on that one. So Fuchillo now ahead 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. And you could see Fuchillo really brought the heat on that one, high with the velocity. Ball 1. She dialed that one up. Still ahead in the count, 1-2. That's hit on the ground over to third. Nice job by Emma Longmore, and a nice job by Mason to dig that out at first. So the Tide out of that one. And this game remains tied 6-6. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Leading off for the Crimson Tide, pitcher number 9, Celeste Fuchillo. Can't say it enough, the job that Fuchillo has done on the mound. She's really been strong the last few innings. She looks at ball one. This is the bottom of the 6th inning, and we are all tied up at 6. Strike one, nice pitch there. And it's worth mentioning we have a new pitcher in the game for Concord-Carlisle. Brooke Boyle, who was playing first base, is now on the mound. So ball 2, 2-1. That's high for ball 3. Boyle delivers a strike right there. And the count runs full. And Fuchillo will walk. And now batting Christy Skane. Nice job by Fuchillo, being very patient at the plate. That's her 2nd walk this afternoon. Christy Skane has been very solid at the plate this afternoon. Will look to do it again. She squares around a bunt, and that's fouled off to the screen. Strike one. Skane squares that one up. Boyle makes the play and then throws over to first. And Boyle doubles them up. And what a play by the pitcher, Brooke Boyle. She came sprinting off the mound, fielded the pop-up off the bunt, and then had the presence of mind to quickly throw a strike over to first, doubling up Fuchillo. And a quick double play, and that's exactly what Concord-Carlisle needed as they look to stem the Tide's momentum. And also worth noting, Maddie Gambino, the previous pitcher, she's now catching for Concord-Carlisle. That's in there low for ball 1. At the plate, this is Emma Longmore. Longmore, really solid day over at third base. We mentioned that Tide infield, very strong defensively. That's low for ball 2. That's hit on the ground, fielded by Boyle. She throws over to first, and the Patriots are out of the inning. So after 6 full innings, this game is knotted up at 6. We are in the top of the 7th inning in what has been an outstanding first-round tournament action game. Tied up at 6-6. Crimson Tide, if you're just joining us, they were down 6-1, and they clawed their way back. Now it's anyone's game. That's fouled off, out of play. Now batting for the Patriots, this is number 18. This is the catcher, Emma. She has a home run to her name earlier in the game. again, I apologize. I believe I was doing a soft T on Emma's last name earlier, calling her Yonis, but it's Tonys. And now I can call her by her actual last name. Emma Tonys, having a great game. She was behind the plate. She has a home run. And she just hit an absolute rocket. But it's Haley O'Terry. Wow, Haley O'Terry right there. That was a well-hit ball. O'Terry, again, O'Terry anchors that outfield. She was right there, so. But that ball was well hit. You can see that Tonys has some serious power. But nice job by O'Terry. Nice job by Fuchillo, continuing to fire strikes. Now batting, it's Nicole Seeley. That's in there for a strike. Seeley squares around, does not make contact, and it is a strike. So 2 strikes. Fuchillo went to the gas on that one, just a little high. She definitely looked to dial up the velocity there. That came in quick. Let's see if she looks to go off speed now. She did try for it, left it a little high. Big pitch coming up. That's skied in the air, but that is going to go foul. And that is over on Elm Street. Looks like it played a little bit of Frogger, but was successful in not hitting any vehicles. Always a plus, but we have insurance. Oh, that's a big pitch by Fuchillo. Big strikeout right there. So 2 outs now in the inning. This is the top of the 7th. And now it's Maddie Gambino, who was pitching. She's now catching. Gambino with a solo home run earlier. And Gambino gets that down. That's a big hit right down the field. Skane follows after it. Relay throw into Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald picks it up. And Gambino with the stand-up triple with 2 outs. So Maddie Gambino with the big-time clutch 2-out triple. And she's showing that opposite field power. That's where she went for her home run, and she went right back to it and just absolutely threaded the needle, kept it on the fair side. So again, no damage done, but again, 60 feet away from Concord-Carlisle getting the go-ahead run. This is the top of the 7th inning. So if Concord-Carlisle were to score here, the Tide would have to answer back or the game would end. This is a 7-inning regulation game, of course. Otherwise, we'll go to extras. So we have a brief timeout. The Patriots coach discussing some changes. So we're going to have a pinch runner, and it's Dallas Jackson checking into the game, replacing Gambino. So now a little bit more speed over at third base, which puts the catcher, Rossi, on high alert. She's going to need to try to block any ball, because if there's any wild pitch or any pass ball that makes its way to the screen, Fuchillo's going to have to get over and cover first. They're going to look to try to get across that go-ahead run. This is a big spot for Arielle Charles. Again, we mentioned Charles playing against her former team, and Charles with a big opportunity to give her new team a lead right now. So let's see what happens. This is a big spot in the game. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 6-6 ball game. Dallas Jackson's on third base. So again, just an official's timeout here as they're discussing making sure they have the lineups all squared away. Want to make sure they get everything right. So getting a little explanation from Everett Crimson Tide JV coach Danielle Nadeau. She said how usually you can do a pinch runner for any positional player, but because Gambino was formerly the pitcher, I think it had to go in as a substitute. I don't know, a lot of semantics, but nonetheless, the substitution was made. And that is a foul ball as it hit off the plate. It did eventually bounce foul, so that's strike one to Charles. And Dallas Jackson, the go-ahead run is just 60 feet away. Oh, nice stop by Rossi. What a play by Rossi. That was a big stop. You could see right there, Jackson is going to take off. If that gets to the backstop, she's looking to score. Rossi, great job blocking that. Rossi, who typically plays third base, been outstanding behind the dish today. She's replacing Bessler, who's the normal catcher. Nice pitch by Fuchillo. That's strike two. And Fuchillo gets out of it. That's a big pitch. Celeste Fuchillo continues to dazzle. And we will head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and we are tied up at this one, 6-6. This is the bottom of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th inning. And right now, at the dish, this is pinch hitter number 3, Juliana Edwards. And what a spot Edwards finds herself in. And that gets behind Edwards. Boyle continuing to work in relief for the Patriots. Good job fouling off by Edwards, staying alive. And strike 3. Big pitch by Boyle. Now up to the plate. Pinch hitter number 25, Kaylin Seward. Seward now finds herself in a big spot. And that's in there for strike 1. Brooke Boyle working strong in relief. Seward skies it high in the air, but Sealy's going to camp under it, and that's out number 2. Good at bat by Seward. Just got a little under it, but solid contact, skied it high. Nice job by Saley camping under it. That's 2 outs now. And we're back to the top of the Crimson Tide order. It's the catcher, number 22, Kaylie Rossi. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Inside for ball 2. 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. That catches the inside corner. The fastball by Boyle, that's 2-1. And that catches the bottom half of the zone for strike 2. So this count is even. 2-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. 6-6 ball game. And that just misses low. And the count goes full. And Rossi will take the free pass down to first. And now it's Haley Oteri, who has had a monster game. Oteri just making all the right plays. She's up once again, key spot. So Gambino shouting some instructions out from her catching position. It's 2 outs in the inning. And Oteri at the plate. Oteri does not swing. That's in the dirt for ball 1. But again, because of Oteri's style, she keeps the infield moving because of the way she's darting up that baseline as she's swinging. It's quite a weapon. She does it perfectly. And she does it again, right up the middle. But Sealy throws a strike over to first, but that's off the bag. Oteri stays. Rossi will head to third. And that's the kind of pressure that Oteri puts on you. She does not give the infield as much time to get that over. They know that, and it's hot potato. So Sealy, who threw over a fastball, just a little off the bag. So the Crimson Tide with runners at the corners. And it's worth noting, this is the bottom of the 7th inning. If the Crimson Tide score here, this game is over. So 2 outs. Ashley Fitzgerald at the plate. It's a great player to have up at the plate right now. Oteri's on first base. Rossi 60 feet away at third. Here's the hit, out to center field. On her horse. Oh, what a catch. Nice play. That's a big-time play right there by Emma Tonys, who was the catcher early on. It's not often you see a catcher go out to center field, but that's what you saw right there, and Tonys comes up with the big catch. That's a clutch play right there, because we're talking, otherwise, if that falls, we're talking walk-off. So Concord-Carlisle hanging tough, and we now head to extras. We'll be heading to the top of the 8th inning, 6-6. Don't go anywhere. And from Glendale Park, this is the top of the 8th inning. That's right, we are in extras here in the 2021 MIAA first round Division I North tournament action. What a good one we've had here. I mean, this is great action, nice crowd on hand from Glendale Park in Everett, Massachusetts. Foul ball, that's number 2, Phoebe Rogers. Oh, that ball's hit deep. Oteri camps under it. Wow, Oteri again, solid out in center. That was a well-hit ball. A lot of air under it, but Oteri, playing a lot of real estate out there, was able to make the catch. And her and Sarah Dumang had like a small, not a collision, but they were right there. So for Oteri to keep that concentration, make the play, and that's why Oteri, she's the gold glover that she is back there. So now it's Chenny Tebow. Chenny Tebow goes down the line. Ooh, just foul. So that was very close. That was very close. You're all right. Believe me, I was in there first. You guys are good. But, yeah. Yeah. But Tebow just misses that one. She'll get another shot at it. So the action really, some great action here. This is great. And that's a well-hit ball. And O'Terry, oh, just off the glove. O'Terry, she's going to throw it into second. Ooh. And Chenny Tebow with the big double. O'Terry almost made a ridiculous play over the shoulder, but really nothing you can do there. Just the fact that she got near that ball shows the speed of O'Terry, but nice job by Chenny Tebow with the big double right there. And in the top of the 8th inning, the Patriots are threatening. So now it's Nyla Horn. So now we have a pinch runner checking into the game for the Patriots. That is number 4, Maddie Gibson. So Nyla Horn at the plate. Excuse me. One out here in the top of the 8th inning. And a runner is in scoring position at second base. And that's high for ball 1. And that's in there for strike 1. So 1-1, 1 out to Horn. And that is foul, just over the backstop. So Fuchillo will now work with a 1-2 count. And nice job by Mason catching the foul pop-up. So now 2 outs in the inning, and it's pitcher Brooke Boyle now at the plate, looking to help her own cause. She's got Maddie Gibson at second base. And ball 1. That's grounded over the third baseman. And that's going to score a run. Gibson scores from second standing up. And Boyle is moving, and Boyle is going to score all the way. That is going to be an inside the park home run. And that's a big play for the Patriots. Brooke Boyle did aid her own cause. She drove in the runner at second and herself. And the Patriots are back on top, 8-6. Sammy LaCourcia now batting. And that's low for ball 1. And that's hitting to the ground. Maddie Smith. Oh, nice job by Maddie Smith. And a good stretch by Mason. And that'll get the Tide out of the inning. And they're going to have to come up with some magic here. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Concord-Carlisle is going to look to close this out. They're up 8-6. This is the bottom of the 8th inning. The Crimson Tide are up against it, but not out. It's Maddie Smith leading things off. They're down by 2. They need to get 2 runs to tie this game. 3 runs will win it. Anything less, Concord-Carlisle will be the winners. Let's see what happens here. Maddie Smith, a good person to lead things off. The senior puts it in play over to second base. And the out was recorded. Nyla Horn now in at second base. Fielded the ground ball cleanly, threw out a fast Maddie Smith, and that's the first out of the inning. Now it's Celeste Fuchillo at the plate, and that's a first pitch strike by Boyle. That's low for ball 1. Fuchillo skies that. Right fielder comes charging in. And the catch was made. Lana Bordrich. Nice catch by Lana. She had to come in and cover some ground. She makes the catch. And just like that, 2 outs. The Patriots are 1 out away from advancing to see Newton North in the quarterfinals. It's Christy Skane now at the plate. And she looks at strike 1. Skane has had a very good day at the plate. She has been a tough out. She's gotten on the base a few times. Let's see if she can dial one up. That's strike 2. The Crimson Tide are down to their final strike. 0-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Concord-Carlisle is up 8-6. And that is the ball game. And the Concord-Carlisle Patriots will advance. They will see Newton North on Monday for the quarterfinals. And for the Everett Crimson Tide, what an outstanding comeback and what a game they had and what a season they had. The Crimson Tide really did everything right. They had a slow start to this game. They were down 6-1. They battled back, clawed their way, sent this game to extras, had an opportunity to finish it off, but credit the victors. The Concord-Carlisle Patriots, they were outstanding in every phase today. They got the big win. The Crimson Tide, the season may have ended, but it was a great one. Everyone in the city is proud of you. You gave it everything you had. We had tournament action for the first time. Feel like a little bit of normalcy is coming back. So we're very proud of our girls from Everett, the job that Coach Stacy Post-Chavo and her staff have done. We're very proud. Concord-Carlisle, good luck in the next round. But from Glendale Park, that's going to do it here. As the Crimson Tide lose it 8-6, that'll end their season. But what a season it was. Very proud of our girls. And we just want to thank you for joining us on EHS Softball Night here from Glendale Park. And we want to give a special thanks. We want to mention our central administration, of course, our Superintendent of Schools, Priya Tahiliani, our Deputy Superintendent of Schools, Kim Sai, Assistant Superintendents Charles Obremski and Kevin Shaw, Chief Financial Officer Anu Madapa Jayanth, Budget and Grants Director Shirley Pang, Executive Associate of Project Implementation Adeline Celestin, Director of Remote Learning and Instruction, Ann Auger. Director of Special Education, William Donahue. High School Principal, Eric Nauman. Vice Principal, Corey McCarthy. Athletic Director, Tammy Turner. And the head of our communications and our coordinator, Dave O'Connor. And I also want to recognize our television studio, Bill Munier, my cameraman, Joe Camley, and myself, Josh Delgazo. I'm the voice, and I brought you the action here today. My cameraman was Joe Camley. He did an outstanding job. And we were very happy to bring you this season of softball and all the sports that have come your way for Everett Athletics. That's going to do it here from Glendale Park. On behalf of Josh Delgazo and EHS TV 15, we wish you all a good night. Enjoy your summer.